I'm bigcal, and welcome to my world. I'm just going to do a quick channel update for 2023. This should have happened a month sooner, along with a lot of other things, but as I mentioned in previous videos, I was ill for the entirety of January, so I am a little bit behind on things. I've finally caught up on all my pickups videos, so yay for those. Still a few other things that I want to get out, before the end of February, maybe. We'll see if I can get them done by then, but yeah. So basically just want to give a quick update on what to expect from bigcal's world in 2023. The first thing is the big major thing that I've been trying to really do on a consistent basis ever since I started my channel, and that is game reviews. I've done a handful so far. Some of them, not so good. Some of them I'm really proud of, so that's good. Obviously, I've been doing Dragon Questober the last 2 years, which have included big reviews. Very happy with those, but I also want to do other reviews throughout the year on just anything that takes my interest. I've done things before like Yoshi's Woolly World. That's one of my favourite game review videos that I've ever done. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, very happy with that. I did Kung Fu for the NES, which I don't think a lot of people saw because it turns out the video had been set to private. So yeah, unless you saw the tweet that I put out at the time, nobody got to see the video. So yeah, not too pleased with that, but I do have a lot planned. I've been planning a number of reviews for years now. I've got scripts written, almost 100% complete for about 3 games, maybe 4. So yeah, I'm going to start getting those out. Starting with one that I haven't even started writing because I technically haven't started playing yet, because it isn't out until Friday, the 24th, and that is Clive and Wrench. It's a 3D indie platformer, basically almost entirely done by one guy called Rob. Hi Rob! Yeah, I've been backing it on Patreon for about 3.5 years now. I've been playing beta releases from it, and yeah, absolutely wonderful 3D platformer. Lots of inspiration from PS1 era platformers like Monster Muppet Madness being the major one. There's bits of Toy Story 2 in there, Spyro the Dragon. Yeah, really cool, really fun. Very much looking forward to finally getting hold of the full game. Pre-ordered the deluxe physical edition. It's coming out digitally as well. Yeah, very much looking forward to that, and I want to make that my first review of the year. Then, after that, I'm going to have a quick look at my checklist here. We've got Yoshi's Crafted World. That's a review that is almost fully written, and have done since not long after the game came out. Got the game around launch. I think, did I get it on actual launch? I don't know if I pre-ordered it or not, but yeah, I love Woolly World. Wanted to give Crafted World a try when it came out. A lot of people are kind of mixed on it, just because, I think for the most part, because it isn't Woolly World 2. Yeah, it's not as good as that game, but it's still really fun, and I'm looking forward to doing a review on that. What Pokemon Sword and Shield, I've got a script mostly written for that. While I haven't started a script yet for Scarlet and Violet, I've got all the game footage recorded. I'm going to leave that one probably till, at least based what's on this list, until last, just because I'm waiting for patches and improvements to come out from Game Freak. They're slowly starting to make some fixes, but not there yet with performance. So I want to be able to at least have all my footage from my original playthrough, and then some extra footage talking about how it's hopefully been fixed in the future. Or how it hasn't been fixed. We'll see how they do it. Yeah, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Jesus Christ, I've had this one written for literal years. The Wii U version of it. Since then, I have got the Switch version of it with the DLC. I played through and completed that. So there will be a section on the Switch version of it as well. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Made sure to record all my game footage of that when it came out. So yeah, going to do a big review on that. And after that, in terms of what I've got planned, there's going to be a couple of re-reviews for some of my much older reviews. One that I forgot I'd even done was one of my favourite games of all time, Twisted Metal 2 on the PS1. I'd forgotten I'd done a review on that. It was one of my very early ones for bigcal's world. And the footage, for starters, the game footage is terrible because it's in widescreen. That was when I was just using one of those basic component to HDMI adapters, and it just turned everything into widescreen onto your TV, didn't upscale or make anything look better now. Obviously now I have the RetroTink, the 2X Pro. If I play it through the PS2, I can use component cables. Or better yet, I can play it through the my modded PS1 Classic and just run it through HDMI, get nice crisp footage of that. And plus, I just wasn't happy with how the review turned out. And another one that I want to redo is Rugrats Search for Reptar. This is a very, very old review that I did from my old channel before Big Cal's World. I think it was just bigcal.co.uk. Yeah, that was a very long time ago. And it's one of my favourite games. I don't hate the review in the sense of how the script was. I think I went over a lot of the points really well and things like that. But just the production values of it's terrible. I mean, it's not exactly great now, but at least I have some semblance of a set, not just me sat in my chair with a table in front of me or something. Yeah, it's a little bit better now, plus I reckon I can do it more justice, and I want to do a little bit more than just the basic review for Rugrats Search for Reptar. More on that in the future. And then, of course, other game reviews, as I'll try and keep doing. They're not going to be monthly or anything. I'm not going to set a schedule, do a review every month. No, I'm just going to do them as and when I can. Yeah, and I'm just going to do games that I want to do, not what's popular at the moment, what's just come out or anything like that. If there's a particular game just coming out that I really want to do a review of, I'll do one, but it's not like, oh, the new big AAA shite titles come out, I must review that and get views and stuff. Yeah, it's never going to be me, which is why my channel's always probably going to be very small. Yeah, I'm just going to do games that I want to do. Could be going back to the days of the NES all the way up to something modern on the Switch, who knows. Yeah. And I'm also bringing back an old series called Big Cal Talks About. And these videos that I would do when I would talk about specific consoles, my memories of the console, whether I have them or not. Some of the consoles I talked about I didn't have growing up or anything. I got them just as I started collecting. Go over, all the games that I owned for it, peripherals and things like that. It was a fun series, but it got to a point where it's like, okay, a lot of the consoles I have now, I haven't had long enough to really make an interesting video on them. But years have gone by, and yeah, I can do things like the PSP or the PS3. I've been playing them for like 10 years now, and I've got a decent library of games to talk about with them. The GameCube, the Wii U now, especially since it's dead, the DS, other things like that. But I'm going to start it off with the same one that I finished the original series on. The last Big Cal Talks About video I did was on the Dreamcast. And my opinions have changed so much since that video that I'm going to bring back the series by redoing the Dreamcast video. So I'll link that up here somewhere in the video down in the description below. Check it out and you'll see what I mean with it. And you'll, basically my opinions on the whole thing have gone 180. So yeah, it should be really fun to start with, and like I said, I've got all those other consoles that I want to talk about as well. Yeah, just keep doing those every so often until I run out of systems to talk about. Yeah, what else do we have? Some videos that I wanted to get out in January that I obviously wasn't able to due to illness was my top 5 or top 10, I haven't decided which I'm doing yet, DIY gaming box pickups for 2022. So another year's gone by, and I just want to show off the best pickups that I've had over the year in the DIY gaming box videos. I say 5 or 10, I haven't decided. Last year when I did one for 2021, 5 was basically the best I could come up with, because there were a lot of games like, yeah, they were interesting picks, but nothing really stands out as, yeah, that's awesome, I'm going to really play through that all the time now. This, from the last year, 2022, yeah, I could quite easily put together a list of 10, probably, of really fun games that I've had a lot of fun playing, recording footage just for the DIY Gaming Box videos, and then going back and playing them some more after the video's done. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff in there. Finally get round to doing that, hopefully before February's DIY Gaming Box. And then I also have the games that I finished in 2022. Not games that I've simply played throughout the year, but games that I played through the entirety. Not 100% completion, that's not me, but just going through the main bulk of the game, the main story, something like that. Basically made a text document and wrote down all the games that I played. Not that many that I actually went through to completion or anything, or, well, to finish the story, but a decent amount that I can make a video on. I've already started logging this year's as well, so there'll be one at the beginning of next year going through what I played through this year. So yeah, hopefully that should be interesting. And yeah, so that's it for sort of content to catch up on and new content that'll be coming out, hopefully, that I'm finally going to get around to doing. Then of course there will still be DIY gaming box at the end of every month. That's still going. This month obviously is Xbox. I've already got the games for it, I've tested them, played through them, got some footage recorders, just need to record the video now. Obviously that'll be out at the end of the month, the 28th. And then there'll be pickups videos, of course, as and when. Gaming pickups, non-gaming pickups. Non-gaming pickups are rather rare, just because I don't buy that much interesting non-gaming stuff. Gaming pickups, like I said, I still try to keep themes going with them, so it's not just a case of I've just got 10 games through the post in the last month, let's just show them off. I'll try and save some and put them into different categories and things like that. So if anything, there might be fewer pickups videos as I just try to theme them all. What else have we got? Oh yeah, and then of course there will be Dragon Quest Tober 3 this year. We'll be talking about Dragon Quest 3. I'll be doing the NES, the SNES, the Game Boy Color, and the Nintendo Switch versions of that game. For Dragon Quest 2, for Dragon Quest Tober 2 last year, I only really talked about the NES version, didn't see the point in going into all the other versions, as the differences and the changes and what was new, what was taken away were the same for the previous year with Dragon Quest 1, because they were bundled together on the Super Famicom and the Game Boy Color and the Switch even. They were basically the same engine used, so any changes that were in Dragon Quest 1 going from NES to Super Nintendo were the exact same for Dragon Quest 2 going from the NES to Super Nintendo. With Dragon Quest 2 it's a little bit different, it's usually sold separately, much different game, so yeah, I'm going to play through all versions, can't wait for that because it's a much lengthier game than the first two. But yeah, really looking forward to that. And then there'll be some other Dragon Quest content, of course, for the month. And I might sprinkle in another special month or two throughout the year. Not one that's going to be yearly, like with Dragon Quest Tober, but just every now and then. I mentioned Rugrats Search Reptar. There was more I want to do with that. There might be a Rugrats month. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. I have an idea for 2 main videos for that. Depending on what other content I could think of to do, might be a month, might just be the 2-part video. Robot Wars month is something I've been wanting to do for years, so yeah, that's probably going to happen at some point. Oh, and I think that just about sums it up. So yeah, for 2023, I'm going to catch up on some content that should have come out in January. I'm going to keep up with DIY gaming box videos, with recent video game and non-gaming pickups videos. And I'll finally, hopefully, be getting back to doing regular game reviews outside of Dragon Quest Tober, which of course Dragon Quest Tober 3 will be this year, and I'll be bringing back Big Cal Talks About. And there were of course some other videos sprinkled throughout the year, just as I come up with random ideas. I've already got a few that I've been working on, so we'll see whenever they come out. Whew, so I'm Big Cal, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my plans for 2023, and I'll see you again next time.